Breaking news! Edu Gaspar made a heartfelt statement about Arsenal's transfer moves, revealing his verdict on Raheem Sterling. Meanwhile, Arsenal fans are all saying the same thing after Declan Rice's red card in the clash against Brighton. Plus, check out the full list of signings and departures Arsenal made on the 2024 summer transfer deadline day. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. The transfer window has finally shut, and Arsenal managed to bring in 4 new faces for the first team, with 2 of them joining right at the last minute. Arsenal bolstered their squad with the signings of defender Riccardo Calafiori and midfielder Mikel Merino. However, as deadline day approached, they still hadn't secured a new forward or a backup keeper. That's when Edu Gaspar worked his magic, pulling off a brilliant move by bringing in 2 loan signings, Bournemouth's goalkeeper Neto and Chelsea's winger Raheem Sterling, rounding off the window in style. The club also made some significant sales, parting ways with several players, including academy products Emile Smith-Rowe and Eddie Nketiah, along with goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. They also sent Fabio Vieira and Rice Nelson out on loan. The window has had a mixed reception among fans. While Arsenal missed out on some big targets like Nico Williams, the addition of Sterling has added much needed depth to Mikel Arteta's squad. Edu has shared his satisfaction with how things turned out in the end. Speaking to club media after the window closed, Edu claimed that he was happy with how the window went. It's the last day, the last minutes, so it's been a long day, a long transfer window, but in the end, I think we as a club have to be proud once again. The way we are working together, the way we did all the deals, I think we are in a very good situation when you see all the loan players in the right clubs. You see the signings we have like Riccardo and Merino, so the players that we plan to sign, our targets, they're here. Also, the players that we decided to sell, I think we sold them for the right price, to the right clubs, in the right way also, which it's important. Edu then praised Sterling with a deal agreed in the final minutes of the window. So today, to be here on the last day of the transfer window, to get someone like Sterling, who I believe will be someone very important for the squad, who is going to give a lot to the team. So it's a pleasure. And in the end, everyone, not only me because there are a lot of people working here as well, but it's a pleasure we are finishing the transfer window. Arsenal recovered transfer window from potential disaster. By the afternoon on deadline day, Arsenal fans were furious as it appeared that no attacking player would be joining. It was clear that Arsenal needed a winger who could add speed and play on both sides to provide additional goal threat. Edu clearly targeted Williams, but the winger preferred to stay at Athletic Bilbao. But the window was heading for disaster with few alternatives available. Securing Sterling on such a cheap loan deal was a masterstroke, and the 29-year-old will add experience and quality depth on both sides, meaning that Arsenal did end up fixing one of the biggest gaps in the squad. Arsenal fans are furious after Declan Rice red card against Brighton. It was a shocking decision. Arsenal were leading 1-0 against Brighton at the Emirates, but then referee Chris Kavanagh turned the game on its head. The Gunners went into halftime with a 1-goal lead thanks to Kai Havertz, but there was a bit of concern since both Declan Rice and Thomas Partey were already on yellow cards. Mikel Arteta probably had some worries about one of them getting sent off, and those worries came true pretty quickly. Rice got tangled up with Brighton defender Joel Veltman near the corner flag. After committing a foul, Rice started walking away, but Veltman decided to roll the ball toward him. In response, Rice lightly flicked the ball, barely even touching it. Out of nowhere, Veltman kicked him aggressively, yet it was Rice who shockingly received a second yellow card. The whole stadium was stunned and furious. Brighton's João Pedro then grabbed an equalizer, and Arsenal had to settle for a draw. Fans were livid about the referee's decision, which cost the team valuable points in the Premier League. Arsenal fans furious at Chris Kavanagh after Declan Rice red card. Fans took to X to express their fury at the decision, with many pointing out how ridiculously harsh the decision was given how little Rice touches the ball. One fan posted, "So he kicks the ball into Rice, then kicks Rice, and Rice gets sent off. Investigate Kavanagh immediately. You have to be absolutely desperate to send him off to make that decision." Whether you think Rice is being cheeky or whatever, you simply cannot send a player off for that. It's absolutely main character syndrome from Kavanagh, another added. This rivals the Van Persie sending off at Barcelona for the most deliberate game-changing decision by a referee. He chose to send Rice off because he wanted to, another replied. Fans also pointed out how Brighton attacker Pedro booted the ball away in the first half with no punishment. João Pedro launched the ball halfway up the pitch earlier and wasn't booked, then Rice gets sent off for that? I honestly can't believe it. An Arsenal fan highlighted. Declan Rice has been sent off after being kicked. Shocking. Absolutely shocking referee Chris Kavanagh there. Apologies from PGMOL on Monday morning won't cut it. Sending Rice off for that is absolute insanity. Chris Kavanagh is having a shocking game, man, a fan claimed. Declan Rice will now miss Arsenal trip to Tottenham Hotspur. Unless that red card is overturned, which doesn't seem likely, the decision to send off Rice has thrown Arsenal into a tough spot. He's now set to miss the all-important North London derby away at Tottenham. With Mikel Merino sidelined due to injury, Arteta suddenly finds himself with a real headache in midfield. He'll have to figure out who to trust in such a big game. Rice's first yellow was a bit careless, but that second one has really hurt Arsenal, costing them not just points in the Premier League title race, but also a key player for one of their biggest matches. Transfer deadline day has been and gone, so with the market now shut, here's a look at every bit of business Arsenal completed. This summer was a crucial period for the Gunners, as Mikel Arteta aimed to take the next step after last season's close call in the Premier League title race. Arsenal came agonizingly close to dethroning Manchester City, only to fall short on the final day by the slimmest of margins. The challenge for the club's leadership was to bolster the squad enough to finally overcome their biggest rivals. Now, with a flurry of new signings and several departures finalized, the stage is set at the Emirates Stadium for what promises to be a pivotal season. So let's dive into every deal Arsenal locked in on transfer deadline day. Raheem Sterling is arriving on loan from Chelsea, and goalkeeper Neto is also joining on loan from AFC Bournemouth. Arsenal aim to strengthen their goalkeeping options behind first-choice David Raya by bringing in Neto on loan from AFC Bournemouth. The seasoned goalkeeper is set to challenge for the #1 spot in what promises to be a crucial season for the Gunners. Arsenal exits on deadline day. Aaron Ramsdale joined Southampton, Eddie Nketiah joined Crystal Palace, and Rice Nelson joined Fulham on loan. And here's the full list of Arsenal signings for the summer of 2024. Tommy Setford joined from Ajax, David Raya joined from Brentford, Riccardo Calafiori joined from Bologna, Mikel Merino joined from Real Sociedad, Lucas Nygaard joined from Nordjylland, Neto joined on loan from AFC Bournemouth, Raheem Sterling joined on loan from Chelsea. Arsenal made plenty of changes across the squad, most notably in the goalkeeper department, as 4 players joined the club there, 2 of which are academy options. The additions of Riccardo Calafiori and Mikel Merino help bolster the outfield positions for the coming season. And to finish, here's the list of all the players leaving Arsenal in the summer of 2024. Emile Smith-Rowe joined Fulham, Aaron Ramsdale joined Southampton, Eddie Nketiah joined Crystal Palace, Charlie Patino Deportivo La Coruna, Brooke Norton-Cuffy joined Genoa, Omari Benjamin joined Everton, Mika Biereth joined Sturm Graz, Lewis Brown joined West Ham United, Noah Cooper joined Stoke City, Catalin Surgeon joined Dynamo Bucharest, Mario Cozier-Duberry joined Brighton, Royal Walters joined Luton Town, Ovi Ejeheri joined Midtjylland, Taylor Foran joined Bromley, James Hilson joined Southend United, Camarnie Ryan joined Burnley, Fabio Vieira joined Porto on loan, Jack Henry Francis joined Sligo Rovers on loan, Charles Segoe Jr. joined Shrewsbury Town on loan, Sambi Lokonga joined Sevilla on loan, Nuno Tavares joined Lazio on loan, Carl Hayne joined Real Valladolid on loan, Rice Nelson joined Fulham on loan. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.